have their strength. They've come, indeed proving many times about how strong they are in certain areas and how they can also work to complement, certain, constituencies as well. So I'm looking, when this is all, done and we go back to the, boardroom, strategy room and look at how we're going to implement a winning, strategy moving forward. We can bring those that really help orchestrate, some of these, wins. That seems to be amazing, to certain individuals. But again, I was in touch with them and I knew exactly how well they were doing in some of these, constituencies in the Volta region, again, precisely. But, George, there's one thing that, I must, mention here. Beginning of this, once you took, your seat, you mentioned you did some, analysis, here. And if you will, remember or recollect, there has been this conversation leading to this day about why, His Excellency Dr. Bawumia did not do well in the northern regions. Okay. I know this is an internal context, trying to juxtapose, what has happened today vis-a-vis what we should be looking forward to or anticipate as we go into 2028. I think the naysayers, those that might have doubted, His Excellency, questioning where are the northern votes, compare, 2023 to today, and look at the numbers, literally matching, them line by line. You can tell there's certain narrative, here, and we must, begin to look. If there was doubt, then do we still want to doubt? Or do we now want to, begin to open our eyes, quite well to say, indeed, it wasn't us, it was, proclaimed by certain individuals.
I'm glad you even gave that caveat there, but because this is more of an internal
context, exactly. Yeah. But it's still,
because even in 2023, yes, he did get those votes even from the northern part.
Of course, but if you look at the margin, that is my point. The margin, here.
But does it look like what's happening now? Yeah. He can go beyond 60%.
Oh, I'm sure of that. I'm certain of that. Yes.
Because in 2023, he had 61.4%.
Yes. I'm certain of that. And again, I don't want to be the Debbie Downer here, but my, hope is when it is all finally announced, here, we're looking at, 67, percent. And I hope that I'm not, proven
not
wrong.
57, but 67%. Yes. Okay. All right. George, Brian Champon.
Yeah, Brian Champon did very well. He conducted a very strong campaign. He did excellent in the Volta region because his mouthpiece, is a Volta guy who is loved so much in the Volta region. I'm talking Pius, Pius is a respected son of the Volta region. And so, and he worked. Pius worked. Sometimes we disagreed, but he was pushing certain things strongly, and I'm happy they were able to perform, because we ordinarily assumed the Volta region was going to be for us. That's Team Ken. Unfortunately, the Volta region seemed to have gone to Brian, and I think Dr. Bonfair gave some two scenarios or one scenario. That one, he speaks the language, and two, is like maternally is linked to that place. So, and then Pius, another strong son of the Volta region, in his campaign, they did well. We also have a strong son of the Volta region in the person of Honorable Amewu in our team, and then Seji Saji, they are all Voltarians in our team. But I think Ken ran a good campaign. And if you care to know, sometimes some of the goodies that is given to delegates when they meet candidates, Brian was doing, I think, better than the others. You get it? So those were some of the things that maybe, I'm talking TNT, if they travel from distance to meet him at a community center and co. when you're going back, it's good. You get it, compared to the other 4 candidates. And so that may account for some of the results he's getting. And I said it earlier, that the strategy he used was one, George, he invited people from their constituencies to his place. He sleep overnight.
His place where?
Oh,
the Rock City.
Yeah, Rock City.
Oh, really? He did?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, and that was, you see, if you underrated that one, you didn't understand politics. Okay, I'm a polling station officer.
He invited them to his hotel?
Yes.
All the delegates?
No, not all. Some.
Okay.
He took from some constituencies, opinion leader, and some places, all the 5 polling station executives. You move to the place, you sleep overnight, you're given a good treat, the next day you go back. He'll meet you, he will have sell his message to you, then you go and be the disciples there. He did a lot. In fact, I have to watch the results. I have to, he's doing well. You get it? Volta, he's doing well. And there are some other places he did that. And I thought it was a strategy. And I had told a friend that this thing this guy is doing is serious. It can affect other candidates. And so when all is said and done, I think his effort has been rewarded. You see, if you don't put in a lot of work, you will not get good results. He put in a lot of work, and I think it's gotten the results for him, especially in the Volta region and the other places. And in fact, some parts of the northern region, he's doing better than us.
Yeah.
In some parts, but generally, we may beat him or we beat him, but this is a good effort. Okay, I know for a fact that Brian, he himself said he disagreed with us, but most of us knew he didn't step into this contest to win it. He disagreed. He said openly that no, people were saying that we knew that was it. And you know, we discussed off camera some of the issues at play. You get it? But he's come in, he's tested the waters, he's proven that given the opportunity, he can take it. You get it? And that's what Ima said. That, you know, what he's done, the places that he's been strong, okay, the ultimate winner must look at it. What it means is that if you are going on campaign, especially in those areas, you go with him. You get it? And other candidates who did well in other places, if you're going on campaign in such areas, you must have them along so that it sends the signal that we have come together as one party to prosecute a common objective or agenda to win election 2028. You get it? That is something that we all need to look at. I think you've responded to Yima on the issue of the we take a look at the northern vote. I think Yima humbly disagree with you on that, because this is an internal election, it's delegates election, and you know the people who come out, you know, most of them have made their minds for the candidate. You get it? Beyond those delegates, that's what we want. You get it? And that is what will make us win the elections. Okay? The number of people that these delegates are able to convince to move out to the polls. That is what determines our success story at the polls ultimately. Okay? Because these people, like it or not, they will vote. Except they are angry that they will not go and vote. Something happens and they are angry. But they are party people. Okay? But how many non-party people can they convince to come and vote? You get it on the D-Day. That is it. So, all in all, I think that so far, I'm excited that it was incident-free. And then nothing. I was happy when we were told that security, they were deploying 70 police officers per polling station. I said, that is good. It was separate. No amount of macho people can go and overpower 70 police officers at the polling. And look at the way they are arranging barricades and all that. Before you get to the point where they're doing the voting and counting, you go through some difficulty. You get it. And I commend the IGP and his team for that. I commend the Presidential Election Committee for that. And our party is the victorious one for this. But the IGP went ahead to deploy 75 instead of 70. You get it. That's reassuring.
Okay.
The security is important.
Great. All right.
Especially when we see macho people misbehaving at certain points.
All right, I'll come to Senor, but let's go back to Ken's, Ken Japon's office again in Shashi. We'll get reports from Alan. Alan, over to you.
Thank you very much for words can express. I have had the opportunity at the party office, and the diaspora are those together. They said, like behind them is the honorable supporters. Mr. Kwesi Kwarteng, he's still with me. I wanted to find out where are we so far? You mentioned the process is still ongoing.
Yeah, the coalition is still ongoing, but I mean, to be very honest, as at now, camps will have an idea of how they are doing. But I can say that let's wait for the process to terminate. I do not have the permission; it's beyond my pay scale to speak to the outcome now. But I can say that whatever happens, we wish all parties the best. Whoever comes out, I mean, that is the decision of the delegates, and we will respect it. We will support anybody that emerges a winner.
Before I let you go, I'm quite okay with what you just told me. But one of the constituencies that got everybody looking at their backs really will be the Inshaesu constituency. Do you think
yes.
Do you think there was something you could have done about Inshaesu?
I don't have the results now. Can you tell me?
No. DMB won Inshaesu. DMB won Inshaesu.
There are two outcomes in the election. Is it that you win some or you lose some? He won some, we lost some. I don't know. There is a coalition that will decide. If the coalition says DMB has won, why not? We'll move to the party headquarters and congratulate him. If it is that Ken has won, why not? Bingo.
There are some from the Ken camp who aren't too pleased and expressing some sentiment which some will say will affect the parties pulling together to rally behind whoever emerge final winner. Will you say something to supporters in that regard?
I speak for the campaign. I don't speak for some people in the camp. I will not be able to know the basis of those sentiments. I need to speak to them before I'll be able to make an assessment. Maybe when I engage them and understand the context of their sentiments and their grievances, I'll be able to speak to it. But for now, I don't know those people you are referring to.
All right, okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Kwarteng. That's Kwesi Kwarteng for you. He always speaks like the politician he is. Anyway, so this is from the party office of the Honorable Ken Ejapong, and his spokesperson, Kwesi Kwarteng, has expressed such sentiments as he doesn't speak for the support base, he speaks for the campaign. And so this so far is what is currently happening here at the party office of the Honorable Ken Ejapong. As I mentioned earlier, the place is eerily quiet as they collate the results as they trickle in. And as he said, they're still coming in. And by now, camps will know how they're performing, to which I guess he knows how he's performing. George, over to you in the studio. This so far is the situation at the office of the Honorable Ken Ejapong.
All right, thank you very much, Alan. Over the period during the campaign and then his communication process, he had a side that most people didn't know of. And well, we wait to know exactly what the outcome would be. But I'm sure by now, the indications are actually out there. We'll wait for the official announcement. Senor, let me pick your talk. We're talking about Brian before we went for that report. Your take about Brian's performance so far? Dr. Brian Acheampong.
Well, Dr. Brian Acheampong, I think that personally, I'm not surprised about his, surprise in terms of the votes he's getting. In the sense that I have watched I've followed all the candidates very closely. I've followed all of them. I've monitored their campaign very well. And with him, one of the things that I think that is the magic for him has to do with the fact that there are lots of the delegates that he picked from their respective constituencies to Rock City.
Okay, so that's what George said.
For campaign.
Okay.
By way of explaining his policies to them. And there is the catch I got from there is that, for example, if I'm from the Volta region, I've not had an experience of such a facility before. Going there to sleep there, taking pictures, and you know how our system is structured. For some of us who are coming from a very, deprived communities who have the opportunity to go there, and when I'm going there, I don't pay a dime. He backs me to the place, he backs me back, he feeds me, he gives me accommodation, and also gives you some local fuel in addition.
Okay.
And I've had very good, parcels that people receive. So for me, I think that there were people who were not even supporting him. They went there. So that was one of the catch. Again, I noticed that he, as a candidate, he was very involved in the process.
Yeah.
No. Let nobody do. Yeah. Brian was deeply involved from archaeology to zoology. I noticed that he was involved even in the monetary aspect in terms of disbursement.
Okay.
I am aware from few friends who are very close. They are like, Jack, that man, they give chance.
You got some of the money?
No, I didn't get.
Nobody gave you money?
No. I didn't get money. But when I went to, to vote, I didn't get the privilege to get the money because I'm a delegate.
So all the processes, the campaign and all those, nobody gave you anything, right?
Oh, no, nobody gave me anything. I don't need to. And for me, I don't think I need to receive something from someone before. Yeah. So for me, I think that Brian has done very well in terms of pushing the narrative. And for me, his where he has got into in terms of what he's getting now, it's a supersonic one. Because a lot would have thought that, he's a novice or he just came into this in. Why would he? Because personally, I was thinking that Ken would have been a big surprise. But from the data that I'm seeing, it tells me that the two of them is neck to neck.
Yeah.
It's neck to neck.
Yeah.
So what it tells us is that Brian has really done a lot of work. In terms of research, in terms of data, because Brian was not relying on prophecies or whatever. He keeps telling us that data, he has the data.
Yeah, he has the
I recall him
went
to
with data,
one of the sister stations and he has to open his phone and show him the data that this guy, what's the name? Obi. And tell Obi that watch, this is the data. So I think he was doing something very good. So for me, his numbers that he's given is not a surprise to me. I think he's invested hugely. And another thing that played the magic, let's not downplay the money politics.
Okay.
In terms of TNT, when I weigh the TNT given to the delegates, I think that what I heard in terms of his is the bigger one.
Oh, really?
This is the biggest.
Like how much?
Well, I only know the biggest.
Double what the others?
I don't think. I don't think.
How much were others giving?
It's not double.
How much?
No, it's not double.
Just hold on. How much? Others, how much were they giving?
It's not double. It's not double. It's not.
Was it more than 500?
No.
I mean, others a little below.
They are all below
500. Oh, okay.
But
It's been about. It's been about
400.
The truth of the matter is
Okay,
that I think he was able to play that. But for me, I think that the delegates reading some political mass on the space, I realized that the money politics counts. But again, the delegates at some point in time have already made up their mind. You can pay any amount of money. What they want to do is what they will do. One of the places that shocked me while I was coming to your place is Techima South.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen that result. DMB is getting over 1,000 plus. And the other candidates, you know what they got? I think they are below even 100. And I'm like, how did it happen? How did he do it?
That's AJ Mensah Costas.
Yeah, that's AJ Costas.
He is the minister. He is the DMB.
No, I know. So for me, beyond any other thing that he did, which has worked to some extent, and I think that he came in the race. If you're a student of politics, you should understand that Brian's presence in this race was not. Yes, of course, every politician will tell you that I want to win, but for obvious reasons, for some of us, we know that it was not to win.
It was not to win.
It was to make a statement.
And indeed, you other people.
Which two other people?
I don't know.
It was to make a statement. And indeed, he has made a statement.
Oh yeah. I think he's made that.
No, he's made a very loud statement.
He's made
and
that
I think that my dad, Ken, I was actually surprised about the turnout of his. But I'm still waiting to see what will happen. But there was something that I want to commend one of the candidates for that I saw. The DMB team. In fact, this is not to say that I don't think I've said that in this studio, in your other studio. I've told everybody who knows me know that I am not for any candidate. I don't speak for them because nobody has employed me to speak for them. But one thing that stood out for me when I got to my police station was that the DMB team had a body cam.
Oh, they did?
They had every agent had a body cam. And I'm like, wow!
For what are they capturing?
So body cam is to capture any incident that will happen. And immediately they press on it. It records and send the information to. They said they have a backup.
The command center.
Yes, it goes to that place. And I'm like, what? That's just improvement in our body politics. So for me, I think that in one breath, I want to say that they were really prepared for this game. Especially when there was this issue of the NDC trying to poke their nose into the affairs of the party, where we knew very well that probably they want to do some machinations and the rest.
Who, the NDC?
Oh, of course.
How?
So hold on.
So how?
Not the what you are thinking of. So yesterday,
Okay.
what I sensed yesterday from Rashid Tanko's war. If you monitor Rashid Tanko's war yesterday,
Yes.
he made a post.
Yes.
Now that post that he made, I feel that
Which one? There are lots of.
he made a post in terms of some printed ballot papers that seems to be in favor of.
Sorry. It was also out there on social media too.
No,
It wasn't on social
when you
media.
watch carefully, none of the other 4 aspirants posted that. I don't know if my piece or that. None of it. It was only coming from the NDC headquarters. And if I say headquarters, that is coming from the deputy director of IT and
You
election.
can't draw that conclusion. too.
That's what I can't.
Because you saw it on his wall doesn't mean that it's coming from him.
That doesn't mean it's coming from him.
Let's just be fair, yes. Because you said that it's coming from him.
Well, that's up to him to dispute.
Official.
That's up to
But I
him to
can have
dispute.
certain things on my official.
No. He posted and
Do
even
you
tagged the
believe in
president.
that? Do you believe in
There are
that?
two things.
Yeah.
There
There
are
are two
people
things.
who
There are
work
two
on
things.
their.
I believe in that, and I'm the originator of that. These are two different
Yeah.
things.
But I am saying that, and
But you know what?
if you want to disagree with me,
So
you should come out.
I'm fine. I believe in that, but I'm not the one behind that message.
George, let's have Tanko
That's why
dispute
it's
that.
on the
I am waiting for him to come
Just
and
don't make some these allegations you're making. That's
Oh
what I just
no,
want
I
to
was
say.
making a suggestion. I made a statement. He wanted me to expatiate on it.
Okay.
And it was on that remit that I have
Okay.
to rope in that conversation.
Because what he's saying, I also saw it on social media. I've seen
So
that
are you also aware when they
That's
said
right.
that they were setting up a coalition center?
I've
Have you heard of that?
Yeah, I've heard that one.
Joy News even
I've
did
heard that
a
one.
postcard on that.
Yeah, I've heard
so
that
that
one.
one, do you believe that he said it?
Oh, I heard him say that.
You heard him say that. So I'm saying that politically,
And they are also collating results. The NDC is also collating.
Hold on. You see, if you don't understand the architecture of this game very well, let us know downplay the collation center they are doing. One, it is good positively. Two, there is another impression if you don't look at it with a political lens. That impression is that in his statement on his Facebook wall, he said that word, he, as the deputy director of IT and election, is going to lead a team to do monitoring. Now, what it means is that they will be coming to the various election polling stations to monitor what is going on. Now, in that sense, anything can happen. Anything in the sense that they can bring macho men. They can do anything because these are people we know the sort of stock they are coming from. So for me, hold on. For me, I think that it is not about the security. Let's put the security aside. I am saying that I think that a lot has been done.
Okay.
But beyond that, the DMB thing, in terms of the body cam they brought to the scene, I think it's an eye-opener that they've introduced into our body politics to all political parties. And I'm sure...
there were body cams at the last
election.
From various aspirants.
No, I mean...
The general election.
The Ghana police. Yeah. I'm talking about the aspirants. Because if you're an aspirant, we know very well that the Ghana police is having a body cam. What is the essence of? It means that you have a different opinion about what the Ghana police will be recording. You also want to...
The NDC had it.
They had a body cam?
2020.
In the general election.
Let me tell you. Well, I have not seen it.
It may not be all over, but they had some people...
If they had it, that is fair. Because in my constituency, when they said activate your body cam, what I saw the body cam doing was that everybody was holding the mobile phone like this. Me, I was one of the targets in my polling station. About 6 people were holding their mobile phone with their cameras on me. So I didn't see the normal body cam that I know is body cam. I didn't see that. So for me, I think that it's a good thing they have. The same person we saw that he introduced data into our politics. Today we are seeing another thing again, body cam into the political fabrics of our activities. It's a good thing. We are waiting to see what will happen at the end of the day. I don't know. I have not, the last minute I've started, I have not checked my data, but I believe that all the 5 candidates, they've done very well. They've done very well. There have been lapses, but I believe strongly that regardless of the victory that will be coming, I would want to say that we should be very mindful of how we celebrate. Because at the end of the day, we will need everybody in going into the 2028 election. Because one person cannot do it alone. We need everybody. We need to have a united front. And I'm looking forward for, after the declaration, I want to see Ken calling whoever that will be declared. I want to see DMB calling whoever that will be declared. I want to see Dr. Brian Champon calling whoever that will be declared. I want to see Edichum calling whoever that will be declared. I want to see Engineer Kwabena Eje calling whoever that will be declared. And that will be a very beautiful thing for us to see. Unlike the previous one when we saw something, although that, somebody told me when I was coming, someone that it looks like this time around, it is a proper showdown that has happened.
Yeah, that's a good one.
At least we've looked at Dr. Edichum, we've looked at Brian Champon, we've also looked at Kwabena Japan.
You know what, before you go, when Samuel said nobody gave him anything, I believed it immediately.
In terms of
but when he
money.
added something, yes, he had something that then made my mind, you get it, because if people perceive you to belong to a certain camp, when they are sharing, they will take you out. You get it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, that's what they do.
Okay.
You get it?
Okay.
Some do, they say wholesale.
So
now, when there's a TNT, they will just mark him and they will take him out.
Oh.
All the 5 people, they can share, he won't get anything.
Because they perceive that he's from one.
Yes, even where he belongs, they will think, oh, he's ours. So, because I believe when he said that. But later when he said he wasn't speaking for anybody, I said, well, that perception is there. So that is another area. Okay. But sometimes some delegates are not lucky. Nobody will give you TNT.
Oh, really?
Yes. Because they think you are here, this one thinks you are here, this one, you get it. And they all cut you out. You get it. So that happens. And so I don't doubt that anybody says,
I want to support you. I heard something whilst he was coming. And I think that personally I've been advocating for this prior to even the 2024 election that there is the need for us to introduce in our body politics what we call political M&E, where there will be monitoring and evaluation, in the sense that you deploy resources to be given to people, there is no follow-up to see if that resource actually reached the exact person you've given it to. Now, when I got to the ground, I can tell you that there were people who felt like we've been sidelined because there is this notion that I belong to Team Baumia, I belong to Team Ken, I belong to Team Brian. On the ground, it was just these three teams that were, actually doing any operational activities. Beyond that, the other ones, I don't know whatever they did though. But these were the three people that I heard. Now, whilst I was coming, I also heard from the media houses. There were people on camera who were actually at one name that really went through. And I'm sure he's a very meticulous man. He's going to deal with those who were his coordinators at those places. Brian's coordinators, I've heard in some of the areas, people were actually raising alarm that his coordinators were not releasing the funds to them. They were not. That has to do, I think, Greater Accra and some other places. Those were the things I saw in the media. And I think it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. Because when it happens like that, it ends up affecting the vote margin of your candidates.
Yes.
And the candidates.
When I said earlier that there were some problems, as alluded to by lawyer Amwa, and I said it was Kobe Amwa. It was our internal issue. You remember I said that off camera. It was our internal issue that I wouldn't want to blow on air. Maybe after, from what he said, we can talk about some of these things. But it happens, okay? The people who are deployed to go and do some of these, forgive my choice of words, ways and means. In the US, there's a ways and means.
Yeah.
So in politics, you cannot take that out. So, George, some of these things, as Senyo said, happens. Some too, what they do is, if they say give the people 30 CDs TNT, then they'll give them 26. You get it? Or 15 CDs. It happens. Okay? And that, as he said, there should be a monitoring process for the leaders to be sure that, yes, this is what we said, this is what actually got to the people. And if they didn't vote, but the moment you do that, it makes the delegates angry. You get it? That you are trying to shortchange them. Because you know what happens? The moment somebody gets a TNT of 10 CDs, he calls somebody in Lower West Achim. We got 10 CDs. What did you get? This was TNT. So we got 7 CDs. You get it? Then that's what you get it. So these are, and they get angry. So they will then punish you or the candidate you represent. So people who are deployed with resources to any place must be truthful and honest to the process. So that, at the end of the day, it shouldn't be because of your doings that made your candidate to lose. You get it?
Okay.
But at the end of the day, when it is ultimately declared, I don't see, sometimes when I said it from the beginning, that when people say the words Abronye uses, the words some people from our camp use and all that, is going to, no. Okay? Because at the end of the day, when the elections is done, you are telling me, okay, that in the unlikely, even still cautiously optimistic, in the unlikely event that my candidate doesn't win, George, are you telling me how many years of my commitment to the elephant family I'm going to say I'm not going to be part of the process? Well, no.
Maybe you might be settling.
Well, it's the loyalty to the party.
Yes, it's loyalty first.
I've
contested and lost elections, and I've been a good communicator in the process.
I had a conversation with
Yes.
MPP, one of the communicators, who said that, well, since he declared his support for one of the candidates, he's been sidelined when it comes to appearance on certain media platforms.
Senyo knows that.
So and then I was like, have I even appeared? He said, no, when you see me appearing on certain platform, it's the producers who will call me, but not really from the official. So I was like, oh, really? And that's true? That's true?
No, yes. You didn't get the numbers, but I was fortunate. In fact, the main person who deploys sometimes will call me. They say, I'm sorry, I'm tight, I cannot make it. You know, I will not sit here and say he was deploying.
But you've heard stories like that.
No, yes, it happens. So, but the numbers that sometimes you get, you know, maybe sometimes the producers who. But
it's the producers who give you a
I
call.
was lucky, maybe. The one who deploys will call me. George, we want you to be here. I said, oh, please, I beg you, I'm in my village. Can you spare me today? So that one, I wouldn't sit here. But I've heard those ones. And it's true. Some people in the other, you see, they get less deployment than the main people in the main.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's look at Kennedy Japan now. And Yima, I'll start with you on this. No, this year.
Okay.
From 2023, when he entered, he surprised everyone because it was tight between Dr. Bawumia and then I think Alan. And then Kennedy really surprised everyone, even beat Alan to it. With this kind of performance now and how things are going, was this something that was expected, or he could have just actually given Bawumia a very tougher fight?
Well, I think, George, Kennedy did his best. Let me put it, that way. Yes, still the final, announcement hasn't been made yet. But
no, but at least we have an idea of what's going on. So yes, we have an idea of what's going on.
So, well, he's cautiously
optimistic.
There you go. So I honestly, think, at the end of the day, certain lines had been crossed. Okay. Spoken or unspoken, which I, have been from the very, forefront of this, process, encouraging, individuals that we must learn, as the candidates, really, traverse all around this, nation. There's a lot that they are actually, modeling, for us as, followers. Therefore, we must begin to at least, learn from that. So that in an event that, my good brother, Jordan, you see, who is here, may have an interest to contest in an election somewhere, he will be guided, by these clear examples, that we are seeing, today. As a diasporan, one of the things, that I have come to believe, is, yes, we must really be objective, when it comes to debating, whether it be policies, whatever, it can be. We must, set a certain clear distinction and guideline as to where we may, end the conversation. It must, be something that we must all have an interest in. Therefore, having to cross a certain line, where I come from elsewhere, you'll be called out, on that. And you must either apologize or you double down, on that. And it's up to you to either double down and not get the vote, or you double down and perhaps you have followers such as, the MAGAs, who would still, want to be there regardless. And they want to even, incite their base to even do more. Ours is different when it comes to, the two, jurisdictions. Therefore, I believe, my good, brother, Honorable Kennedy Japan, certainly, put a lot of, effort, out there. But looking, back to some of the maybe statements that have been made in the past, I think some of them came to be, a bite, at the behind for him, that therefore causing what we have seen.
Like
negative statements. Unfortunately, I cannot repeat some of these things, that were said, but I can just, own that I personally have watched certain, videos, I've listened, and again, it's not only immune to only, Honorable Kennedy. Okay, some of the candidates, supporters have done similar things, and even to some degree, worse. My, therefore, preaching here is that all of these have come to this point today, where the announcement, would be made officially, here, and learning what has caused some of, unfortunately, the numbers that, we're seeing from the Kennedys, come. It should be a wake-up call for all of us, knowing that as we continue to look towards, to the future, there are certain things that can be, played back to us. And in those moments, they can either go in our favor or they can, disadvantage us. And I long, to see, that day where individuals such as, we are, who may be aspiring to hold certain, positions, will therefore learn from that and begin to also put ourselves in a proper perspective, a position that, will not align, to certain language that can be attributed to us that, certainly shows that we shot ourselves, in the foot to begin with. And, George, to end, with the conversation on the Kennedys, his, Honorable Kennedy's, point, leading, as a diasporan, this was around September, and I mentioned, here that my constituency is in Shesu, constituency. While, I may be far, I was still, near by way of, individuals that I was talking to, calling, and asking what they're doing and how they're going to work well to support, to ensure that we have, a very good, choice when it comes to the flag bearership. Delegates, said things that were quite resonating, to me. So, things like, we are certainly, not just voting, okay, but we're voting with December 2028 in mind. And what that tells me is that people, know the bigger, objective, is something these delegates, were looking up to. While it may be just, an internal contest that we're looking at, selecting, a leader, but at the end of the day, would that leader indeed lead us to where we want to get to in 2028? Therefore, who could consolidate, the base was a number one, priority, for delegates. Okay. Number two, who could expand beyond, the base was the other thing, for our delegates, as well. Three, in fact, the assurance of, ensuring that we can bring, or whoever will become the flag bearer can bring, floating voters, which in the past, in 2024 election, we said that did not go to our favor. These are some of the things that our delegates who were well informed, well sensitized and educated enough to know that there is certainly, something that we must, cling onto. And what is that? It must be somebody who certainly is going to lead us, who has that gravitas, indeed, to be able to pull all of us, together. And then say, we are marching on. And as a general, you either, walk with me to the battlefield or you're left, behind. And we all want to walk, with the general to the battlefield. And not only to the battlefield, but we want to defeat, the enemy, the perceived enemy who is out there to get us. Our goal is to ensure that once we're out there, we can fight tooth and nail with unison, cohesion, ensuring that when the outcome of the general election in 2028 is declared, we can say we did it together. I can remember Dr. Bonfest, comment here about the Usain, Bolt, analogy, which is quite, important because it is about the game of numbers, and we must not forget of that. Okay, so that's my, position, and I think as we're looking forward, for the announcement to be made here, when we're celebrating, my expectation, my hope or aspiration is I will call on, my brother George Lucy and say, you know what, come to my camp where I belong to. In fact, if I'm declared the winner in this case, it appears that is what is going to happen, here, so that we can hold hands and say, yes, we did it together, We did it as a team. We did it as NPP, and we'll continue, to look forward to do it where the result will show, and eventually we will lead Ghana to where it needs to be in terms of prosperity.
All right, George. I mean, you said it, and we all know you're from with the Canadian Japan's team. Was this something that you were expecting?
No. We didn't.
You were so confident?
Very confident. Not on the religious.
No, that's fair enough, though.
We are very.
What gave you that confidence?
Because of the message he was churning out, because of his engagement with the people, because of our relationship with the people, and because of some of the things we said, that because of our engagement with him, we had made sure those things were achieved. You get it? So that we focused on the matter proper, the message proper, the campaign proper. And we thought we did a lot. And he was able to go around the country. And that is something that we thought, okay, it's good. Yes, but we're still looking at the data as well.
Just hold on for me. Okay. Let me quickly go to. Not yet, still.
Okay.
The president, when it's ready, will be on GTV. Let's quickly go to the NPP party head office and get reports from Morris Ogbiti, who's our correspondent there. Morris, good evening to you. Hello, Morris.
Jubilation here at the MPP party headquarters. We see many more party faithful coming into the main, party headquarters proper. It's becoming clear that the results we are seeing across country. It's becoming clear that Dr. Bawumia is in the lead. The Electoral Commission will finally declare the results, but we see a lot more of Dr. Bawumia supporters coming to the party headquarters, making merry, blowing the vuvuzelas, and jamming to the music in the background. Here are pictures from the national headquarters. The Ghana Police Service has done a wonderful job ensuring law and order at the party headquarters. And so any moment from now, the winner, so declared by the Electoral Commission, will come to the party headquarters to deliver his victory speech. But let's try and talk to some of the jubilant party faithful who are beginning to come to the party headquarters. And quickly we'll speak to this man. He's been here for a while. Good afternoon, good evening to you, and welcome to GTV.
Thank you.
Why are you here tonight?
I'm here because of my party. Yes, today we vote for choosing for our flag bearer. That's why I'm here, to witness about the winner.
And which candidates have you been supporting since?
I'm supporting Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. It's my choice. And there's nothing that he will lose this election. He will definitely win this election. The man is a very unique man for us. We love the man because of his humility. He's a very humble man. He's very cool man. He's a very handsome man. Bawumia is nobody that is not a person who always, doing the tribalisms and business. Although he's a Muslim, we are the Christians. We like him because the man is flexible to all the tribes. And because of his character also, we all choose to vote for him.
Okay, thank you very much. Your name again?
My name is Ni Adu Garemba.
Okay, all right. So, still here at the party headquarters. Let me speak to this woman. She's been so excited for some time now. What's informing your excitement?
Because we thank God Almighty for giving us this good opportunity today. We've been expecting this for so many years now, but glory be to God Almighty. His will has been fulfilled today. You get what I'm trying to tell you. so much. And I'm Chief Wakas, a Cocomotis, who sound possible. Only Cocomotu, I won't miss it. This man have suffered enough. Where were those people when this man was going to court for nine months? This man stood not for himself, but he stood for NPP for 9 good months, being in the court. To be there so that the name NPP not be gone like that. Where were those people? And I'm so grateful. He chose 3. And 3 is Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. We were here for peace. We came in for peace. So they are all welcome. They should come and join the winning team today. That's my comments. That's all.
Alright, so we are still at the party headquarters. As I said, it's becoming clear who is winning this particular contest, and so supporters of Dr. Bawumia coming into the party headquarters. So much jubilation, so much excitement. They believe the result so collected by the Bawumia camp. Dr. Bawumia is taking a very sound lead in this particular contest. We'll try and speak to party executives, party operatives who have been manning the whole process since morning, ensuring that we have a very beautiful, orderly event. But quickly also, let me speak to this Dr. Bawumia fan who is here at the party headquarters. Good evening to you.
Good evening.
Welcome to GTV.
Thank you.
Shall I say congratulations to you?
Thank you very much.
Shall I say congratulations?
It's in order.
All right.
Congratulations is in order.
Okay. What are you picking from the ground yourself?
Oh, Dr. Bawumia has sailed through.
Okay.
And that is actually a happy moment for every MPP member, because it would have been disastrous if we had let Dr. Bawumia down, because the coming election in 2028, now it helps MPP to put our best foot forward by choosing Dr. Bawumia with all that is made of. So we are thankful to all MPP delegates who all together voted for Dr. Bawumia to become the party's flag bearer for the 2028 general election.
All right. Okay, so let's quickly take you outside and see how the atmosphere is like at the frontage of the MPP headquarters. And so now the gate has been widely opened. The barricades that were mounted by the Ghana Police Service have been removed and allowing many more people to have access to the party headquarters. As I said, any moment from now, we are waiting for the winner of this particular contest to come and make a declaration. I think let's speak to Richard Ayagba, who is the Director of Communications of the MPP. Richard, what are you picking up from the ground? It doesn't appear Dr. Bawumia is in the lead.
Yeah, he's going to win. He's going to win. Dr. Bawumia wins.
Any moment from now, we should expect him to come and make it.
Yeah, the results around the country indicates that. The history of our party indicates that. So it's always been that just a matter of time. And the party, we've done the best we can possibly to ensure a level playing field. And I'm confident that the results that we are seeing now, nobody can say that anybody was giving an advantage. And that's why personally I took a pain to ensure that I can say this now, that indeed the election was free and fair. Because you can't tell me before now that you knew who I was going to vote for, right? Because
I wanted to have a situation where I can say that the process was fair. And as my directorate to run it fairly to ensure that whoever gets the opportunity to do what it is they want to do, and at the end, the result will justify that the election process was free and fair. So Bamia will win, and today I pray that all the candidates will rally their followers to make sure that the MPP gets ready, prepared for 2020 to take back power.
The 2028 assignment is a bigger one. What will be the message? Marketing Dr. Bawumia back to the many Ghanaians who will be voting in 2020.
Well, I mean, the business of 2028 is an interaction with Ghanaians. And today, as we speak, you know that the promises that the NDC made, they are not delivering. Okay? For the young people who voted in 2024, all their expectations to do with jobs have been dashed. The cocoa farmer is today crying. Okay? All the people in our country who thought that Bahama had a message and therefore voted for him, I've seen that there's a difference between political messaging and delivery. And today, that's what the realization. And so 2028, the message will be clear that the NDC can't do it, the New Patriotic Party will come and continue. Now today, you can ask any of your viewers, ask them if they can point to one thing the NDC has done.
And if the economy has improved.
Which economy?
The Ghanaian economy.
Okay, let me ask you, what have they done to make the economy what it is?
They have tried to improve our international reserves.
Which one? From what?
Through the gold board.
From what?
Through the gold board.
By doing what?
By setting up the gold board and ensuring that...
Setting up gold board is not a new thing. Before they came, the domestic gold purchase program was there. And in fact, part of our manifesto promise in 2024 was to institutionalize the gold purchase program. So they haven't done anything new, right? And in any case, gold in Ghana, is it new? Have they come to discover gold? Gold was here before they came. In fact, they were here before they came now. President Mahama was president for 8 years. He's part of Mills administration. He led the country for 4 years. What was the gold balance, the gold reserve of Ghana when he left office? So if suddenly he has come and somebody has brought about a gold program that is increased our national reserve from 8 tons to 30.5, between the two, who has the foresight? Who did more? Who gave him the indication that gold is the way to go? And by the way, the over-reliance on gold today, to make a point, is an indication that the NDC has no ideas. They are bereft. Because why? Every African economy is struggling to get off commodities. They are returning us to a commodity economy. If the price of gold drops tomorrow, what would they do? How would they sustain the city? If that is the idea. So you tell me that there is nothing they have done. And everything you have told me is not true. They have not done anything. The economy before we left was going 5.7, right? What have they done? Look, they are defunding agriculture, which is a real sector enterprise, where young people can get jobs. Agribusiness, okay, is supposed to lift and create opportunity for the regular Ghanaian, everyday Ghanaian. If you are not investing in the real sector, what you are doing is that you are not investing in the poor or the everyday Ghanaian. The young people of the country want jobs, they are not investing in their future. So definitely, I am looking for somebody to tell me what Ato did, and you say Ato is forcing. What does it do? The IMF program that was put on path, even when they have come now, they haven't been able to grow the economy because the idea was that from 2024, the economy should continue to grow. They haven't shown that they've done anything.
The economy grew in the first quarter, 6.3%.
We are talking about cumulative growth. I think the economy this year, what was the total growth?
This year, the results have not been exact.
But I'm saying that if you look at the quarterly growth and you look at the aggregate growth at the end of the year, we're waiting for the number to come. Now, one other thing that you have said to do with improving stuff, they said inflation. Inflation, which was on a path coming down before we left power. Inflation today is about 5.4, right? What is the evidence of that 5.4 in the things that you consume?
And inflation is inflation.
But I'm saying, has it resulted in the drop of
We've seen price reductions. We've seen fuel price going down.
Fuel price again is cocoa, it's gold. It's gold. In fact, we should be buying petrol less than the amount we are buying it. But for their tariffs that they put on, they told us we're not going to increase taxes, but then they put 1 cedi premium on cocoa, on gold, on oil. They did that. So which of their promises have they kept? 24-hour economy, which was one of the bases, okay, why they won this election. What has happened to it? Okay, if you be honest, you tell me that what they are talking about, they have not affected anybody's life, honestly.
We've seen businesses benefiting from a stabilized local currency. From around 15 cities, now we're doing around 12 cities. That's good for the business.
Cocoa, is it a business? Huh? No. Cocoa is business. Right? They buy gold and cocoa and sell. What is happening to them? The currency they have stabilized artificially is affecting cocoa. So the currency stabilization, we keep telling them, it has to be organic. It's like you not working and then depending on your father's money. One day if your father is not there, one day if the supply from your father is not coming, you'll be exposed because you are not earning those monies. Okay? The idea of stabilizing the currency artificially is not the way to go. So now cocoa board is suffering because of it. How is that progress?
We have seen our debt reduce because the city has improved. What about it? Now we're doing 45% of GDP debt to GDP.
The reduction of our debt to GDP is not necessarily the city. It's not necessarily the strengthening of the city. Yes, your dollar-denominated debt, okay, will come down because the city is strengthening. But the point is that at what cost? We have spent 10 billion to do that. Ask yourself, if you spend that 10 billion to pay your debt, wouldn't you have brought it down? Wouldn't you have brought it down? So what is the point? What have you gained?
All right. Richard Anyagba is the Director of Communications of the excitement.
All right, so that was Maurice at the NPP headquarters there. Let's take you over to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's office and find out exactly what's happening there. He's been briefed by his team. He's been told what's happening in terms of how he's leading, and they are all very much happy at the office of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Let's quickly move over there to see what's happening.
Wait patiently for the final declaration by the Electoral Commission. Final declaration by the Electoral Commission, that will happen at the party headquarters. But until then, we will still be making follow-ups ensure that these 41 outstanding slips are counted. And then we also start our own final figures and wait for the final information of the certified results from the Electoral Commission. And so at this point, I'd like to thank you all. Campaign, His Excellency would like to say a few words.
Inshallah. Well, let me thank all of you. We've gone through a journey. It's been a fierce battle that we've waged across the country, across all the regions in the country. And we couldn't have gotten here without the support of the team around me. You're only as good as your team in these matters. And I can say, without any fear of contradiction, that I have been blessed with an excellent team that have worked. I'd like to thank the National Campaign Coordinator, Osei Mensabosu, as well as the campaign manager, Fredo Pariansa, and the campaign team in general. Everybody has contributed so much, and I cannot really thank everybody individually at the moment, but I will have time to thank everybody individually. The MPs, I must say, who have stood by my side, have been phenomenal in this contest. They've really supported and they've delivered what they have promised, what they promised to do. I want to thank all the members of Parliament who've supported me. I want to thank also the party executives who've helped organize this election, the EC, security, media, and all of that. But, you know, we are standing on the shoulders, very broad shoulders, of former flag bearers of this party. I'm talking about Professor Idubuahi. I'm talking about Jay Kufuor. I'm talking about Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. They have built the party and taken the party this far. And it's really humbling that, you know, we have been elected as a flag bearer of the party to continue the work that they have started. I don't also want to forget the former MPs and so on who helped. I want to thank all of you. God bless you, and we'll have time to talk. I really do.
All right, so that was Dr. Mahmood Bawumia, who just spoke to his supporters and then his team too. He was brief about what's happening and the results and what to expect. And obviously, he knows that he's actually taking the lead, waiting for the official announcement to be made by the Electoral Commission. As of now, we're taking you to the northern region to get a report from our northern regional correspondent, Murtala Issa, to find out what's also happening in the northern part of this country. Murtala, over to you.
Constituency polling station, that is the Kamale Jubilee Park, and even though voting has ended, underway with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia hitting over 700 votes out of the just a little over 900 votes that are expected to be cast here. And it is the reflection of what we have across the entire northern region. He has won virtually in every polling center in the northern region across the 18 constituencies. Because Tamale South was split into two, they have two centers there. So Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has won across the 19 polling centers in this region, and across the northeast region, the results we are getting also indicate that he is virtually sweeping that region as well. It is a moment of celebration for many of his supporters here in the northern region, as well as the northeast region, we are told. And for many people, this is obvious. This is where Bawumia comes from, the northern and northeast region. And so it was always expected that he will be carrying these two regions. As we speak, voting has ended. Counting is still underway. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's ballots have already been counted, over 700 votes for him, out of about a little over 900 votes that are expected to be cast in this polling station. Overall, it's been a very peaceful day across all the centers that we have visited today, and security was very tight, but despite the 1,302 police personnel who were deployed across the entire region, 19 polling centers, they virtually had nothing to do. And you are just witnessing the ramping up of counting here at the Jubilee Park for Tamale Central Center. The peaceful atmosphere you are seeing here is a reflection of what we had across all the centers in the region. And like I indicated earlier, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has swept virtually every polling center here in the northern region. We are getting results from the northeast region as well, and he has swept the Jagabaku ward, for example, certain candidates scoring 0. And Bawumia is expected across these two regions to win. He grew up partly in Tamale. He is from the northeast region, and so it was always expected that for these two regions, he was always going to win the election. So on this note, I want to wrap up proceedings here in the northern region and to hand over back to you in Accra and say see you in a few months' time.
Straight to the office of the former vice president, who is also part of the 5 contesting to become the flag bearer of the NPP ahead of the 2028 general election. We earlier picked comments from him from his office there. Now, obviously expected to move out of his office to the party headquarters. They're moving to the party headquarters now, and these are supporters, or his supporters. His supporters there, very happy, excited. He was briefed by the team and the leader of the team, and in summary, he was told that he is in the lead. And it's going to be near impossible for any change to occur. So that's him driving out from his office, heading towards the NPP headquarters in Asylum Down. That's where the major announcements will be made, and then subsequently we'll hear from the flag bearer-elect. If you're just joining us, it's our live coverage of the NPP presidential primaries. Started this morning, and we're almost home dry. Almost. We're seeing pictures now from the office of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Welcome back, and this is GBC News. This is also GTV. If you're on Facebook, it's the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. If you're on the internet, it's gbsghanaonline.com. My name is George Sapo. We've been with you from morning all the way till now, and we're going to leave you when everything is said and done with the exercise going on concerning the NPP presidential primaries. Voting started, as I stated earlier, this morning at 7, ended at 2. And so far, we almost have all the results coming in, and I'm sure if you've been following us on various platforms of the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, including on television, you have a clear indication who is leading and who is winning. Waiting for the official announcement from the Electoral Commission, which will be made at the party head office of the NPP in Asalam Down. Our guests are still here with us. I have Senior here, I have Emmanuel here, and then I have George here. They are all members of the New Patriotic Party. We've been talking about the NPP, we've been talking about the exercise and what has been going on so far. I was talking earlier with George, you see, before we went for Morris's report, and then the office of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, getting comments also from him. We're talking about the candidates. We've so far talked about Kwabena Agyapong, we've talked about Brian Agyapong, we've talked about Dr. Elichum. Relative two to talk about the two, we started with Kennedy Agyapong, and we started with George there because George is in Ken's team. Should I say you look disappointed, or
my spirit is down?
Your spirit is down. Yeah. You were telling us that this wasn't expected. You're so confident.
Yes, very confident. But unfortunately, this is what has happened. We are one family. We thought our candidate was going to be the obvious choice going into 2028. But unfortunately, or fortunately, the delegates have almost decided otherwise. And which otherwise is the ones tradition goes on. Okay.
Exactly.
Yes, tradition
it's like the trend I told you about. The trend. The trend.
And George, we were being is it bold, defiantly bold for, I don't know. You know why? Because it's the same structure that elected the candidate just 2 years ago. 2023, yes, 3 years ago. And it's the same structure that has been brought top-down approach for the same, So when the candidates didn't object to that, then I said, well, it's going to be difficult, especially when they've expanded it by adding former MMDCs. You get it? And former members of parliament, all of them now delegates. In fact, beyond this, we are going to even expand the polling station by 2. You get it? To make it 7 instead of the normal 5. But that one, I think they decided it's going to be done after this primary. So I think the delegates have spoken, and they've spoken clearly. The other advantage that may be the election of Dr. Bawumia may add for the MPP may be that the NDC is going to come up with a new face. You get it? It's going to come up. And I think that message went out to the delegates well. You get it? Because if my candidate had been chosen, it means the 2 people, fresh faces and co. But we thought and believed that the popularity of our candidate, was going to do the magic for the party. But the party people thought, no, we need to go, tradition goes on. So they sent him the first time, let's send him again. Some have said that certain pronouncement by my candidate might also be, in fact, Musa Dankwa did state that the video, can I go? Let me go to okay, okay.
Let's go back to Kennedy Agyapong's office and get some reaction. His supporters. at Kennedy Japan's office in Shashi. Of Kennedy Japan there. And that's him.
Yes. That's Jojo Rock.
Jojo, yeah, Jojo Rock. He was the director of elections?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Is it a director of election or director of anti-region?
No, director of election. That was part of it.
All right.
Coming in thick and fast. And so he has come out to address the media somehow. And his supporters are cheering him on and clapping for him. Some of the comments you can hear people say is he is still our president and the presidency is not over yet. You have currently in your shot the Honorable Ken Ohene Ejapon, who has joined us to address the media.
No.
I wasn't seeing. It's okay. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, Honorable Ken Ohene Ejapon, His Excellency, has a short word for all of you. And so please let all of us be calm and listen to him. Please. So we just want to give him the opportunity to address the entire nation, address members of the Patriotic Party through your medium. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Kennedy was saying,
Thank you. Choboy. 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 I want to take this opportunity to thank Tim Ken for the wonderful work you've done. I mean, we all admit we work hard, but God's time is the best. He knows what is good for us. I know most of you are dejected. You have to keep your spirit up, because once we have life, we have everything. So don't be dejected. And the advice I give is, I have taken it coolly, because in politics, you can win, you can lose. Anytime I speak to you guys and tell you, we can win, we can lose, you say, oh, win, win. But I'm a veteran politician, so I know. I've gone through several defeats, and therefore I cushioned myself and expected the worst. And the worst has happened. But the worst doesn't mean that is the end of life. Yes. So keep faith alive. And be happy with the outcome. Who knows what will happen tomorrow? So I'm pleading with all of you not to do anything. We have to stay calm. We believe in the party. The delegates have spoken. We have to take it. That's the advice I want to give all of us. We don't know what is in store for us tomorrow. So especially the Team Ken, the good work that you've done. I want to show my appreciation. And at an appropriate time, we'll meet and dine together. Yes. What I want to say again is that do not use this against anybody in the party. Once they have decided
let's all come together as party members and work together. You should all relax. You should all relax. I know we have 3 years to go. Who knows what will happen? So I want you to be patient. Don't say that no can, no vote. So if it had been can, what would other contestants, supporters have said? So no can, no vote should be out. Let's come together as one people. But at an appropriate time, you see how things unfold. Don't worry, God will take care of you.
Okay.
God will take care of you. He knows today was going to come. We didn't know, but God that created us knew today will definitely come to pass. We have experienced that in 2023. So today is no different. So I'm begging you, stay calm. There's a lot of food. Go in there, eat. We have champagne, wine, beer. Eat what you can eat. And let's see what tomorrow has for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And so that just gone is the Honorable Ken Ohene Ejapong, who clearly wants his followers to stay put. He's mentioned how this is not the end of the road and that he wants all his followers, all his supporters, he literally meant Team Ken, remain calm because you don't know what tomorrow holds for you. You don't know what tomorrow brings. He also encouraged his team not to say because he did not get the nod from the delegates, they are not voting CAM 2028. By all means, he wants them to remain optimistic and commit to the party NPP and be sure that something good will come of it in the future or in the shortest possible future. And one other thing he said clearly that I found really very interesting is the fact that he's a veteran politician and he's tasted defeat, also has had some wins under his belt. And so this does not take anything away from him. Really, this is Ken Ohene Ejapong advising his team and his followers to commit to the NPP and be hopeful that all will be well. Coming to you from the party office of the Honorable Ken Ohene Ejapong, this is Darrell Alantego. Thank you very much for joining us here.
All right, welcome back. So you heard from Kennedy Ejapong from his party office in Chiashi. You also earlier heard from Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia from his party office. I'm sure by now we're all getting the indications as to what's happening and who is in the lead and who will finally be declared as the flag bearer for the New Patriotic Party ahead of the 2028 general election. That's going to be in 2028. Earlier when we started this conversation, there was a particular trend I put across. Then Dr. Bonfe was with us. I'm going to go through that trend again, and it looks like that's exactly what has happened. That if you look at the MPP presidential primaries over the years, from 1992, In 1992, Edu Boahin contested with Dr. Janice Salbi, and Edu Boahin had 56.6%, Doc had 17.3%. And then in 1996, Edu Boahin contested with former President Kufuor. Former President Kufuor won, had 51.99%. Edu Boahin was 35.70%. This was the whole conversation that generated a lot of controversy, though. But let's move on. And then in 1998, all right, let's just hold on this one. Let's go back to the party office. I'll come back with this particular trend again. Let's go back to the party office. We'll be talking to Maurice Ogbete, who's standing by at the MPP head office in Asalamda. Maurice, over to you.
Campaign, candidate A, B, C, D, E, and Asa. Ejumanesi ene fitine ko MPP any contenders abatro anke ti seka anka mi wajidie e wo Ghana for musankomo reverse 2024 elections now so at sec flight etu ane ko na aka 2 years 11 months ye ko abatu obiom ye fi ha me pacho ni camp biom ye wa United Party, the new patriotic party. Ye main contenders anya ye ho ni NDC for house to house ni nimin kunim come 2028 NDC for any MPP, any MPP, ni MPP. Internal contest no abeye it's mesremo ye fira ye nko United ho ye ni camps biom MPP come 2028 ni entimi kwaji tuminu every abaibone way home and school fees is under disgust of PTA dues. Mesdames et messieurs,
The national treasurer of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Jamina, aka Dr. China, the national second vice chairman, Yediko, Yabesedi Biom, Yedikulim, Yediko, Yabesedi Biom. Yediko, Yabesedi Biom. Yes, the organizer of Canada, the diaspora phone in Mufria Brocheba Edina. Wave yourself, let the people see you, let the people see you. You did well, you did well, you did well. DJ, announcements. Your best Ramon, do the announcement. Your best more cars. I block it entrance, no. Any road in your best Ramon, Brazil, will be any kind free. And you may party headquarters are expecting penny for a total road baby. And then the punk has here the MPP. It's your best Ramon, our Brazil. Wow, wouldn't say, okay. South Street here, there is no idea. Young person will be able to park a car. It's you who park a car. Our street here, there is no ha. O Buoni na Brazil, ya basreo. Young person, ya be security for no. Aba obi adwene. It's yesra. What the announcement in our car? This is street himu babia. Yesra mo. That car is not allowed to be parked there. Ya basreo. Obia moving the car everywhere. And penny for the break, eba. And penny for the break. Samia Uku is in the house. Honorable Samia Uku is in the house. That's right. That's right. MPP, oh say yeah. MPP, oh say yeah. MPP, oh yeah. So say boys in Bria, boys say Didi. Yeah, I've seen my brother Miracles. Miracles. Tico with articulator engine. Miracle. Tico with articulator engine. Yes. Masters. Here it is not about phobia. It is not about Santikotoko. It is about MPP. Anameboa. Mr. DJ, MPP Edin Kunim, Wediko, Obesedi Biom, Wedin Kunim, Wediko, Obesedi Biom. Yes. Uganda Police, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You did well. Thank you so much. You did well. Thank you so much. The invisible commander. Yedi Kulim, Yediko, Yebesedi Biom, Yedi Kulim, Yediko, Yebesedi Biom, Yedi Kulim, Yediko, Yebesedi Biom. The second vice chairperson. I am Mami Matalata. Congratulations, Wabo Juma. a member of the election committee, the national treasurer of the